We will go on the record in the matters 26 CM32, 26 TR04, and 19, State of Wisconsin versus Antonio Morales. The state appears through Assistant District Attorney Jose Vila in person. We have Daniel Chapman, Defense Counsel in person, along with Mr. Morales. We're set today for a motion hearing. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Vila.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Deputy Jeff Carroll to the stand.
Deputy Carroll, can you please come forward, raise your right hand? You're going to be sworn in, then come have a seat at the witness stand.
Do you swear that the testimony you're about to provide today in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
All right, you may begin.
Can you please state and spell your name for the record?
My name is Jeff Carroll. Last name spelling Carroll.
And how are you currently employed?
I'm currently employed by the Burnett County Sheriff's Department.
Were you employed on that capacity on January 1st, 2026?
Yes, I was.
Did you receive any training prior to becoming a police officer?
Yes, I did.
What was that training?
The 720-hour law enforcement academy in Northwood Technical College.
And was any of that training focused on the detection of alcohol?
Yes.
On January 1st of 2026, did you respond to a call about a vehicle in a ditch?
Yes, I did.
Where did you respond to?
I responded to County Road D as in David near Cemetery Road in Wood River Township.
Is that area located in Burnett County?
Yes, it is.
After arriving on scene, did you make any observations?
I did.
What observations did you make?
I observed a vehicle in the ditch on the south side of County Road D. I observed it was like a gray colored kind of SUV type car. It appeared to be occupied by one male. I observed the vehicle was on and running, and the front driver's side tire was still spinning.
Did you make contact with the driver?
I did, yes.
Who was the driver?
The driver was identified by Wisconsin driver's license as Antonio Morales.
And do you see that same Antonio Morales here in the courtroom today?
I do, yes.
Could you please ID that Antonio Morales by where he's sitting and what he's wearing?
Yes. Antonio is seated next to defense counsel. It appears he's wearing a darker colored button-up top.
Let the record reflect that Deputy Carroll has identified Mr. Morales.
Did you notice anything about Mr. Morales after you made contact with him?
Yes. Immediately after making contact with Mr. Morales, I detected a strong odor of alcohol coming from inside the vehicle and his person. His eyes appeared to be half open and glassy and bloodshot, and his speech was kind of broken and a bit slurred.
Did you speak with Mr. Morales?
I did, yes.
What did you talk about?
Spoke about where he was coming from, where he was going, what happened.
What did he say happened?
He said he was going back to his house from a friend's in Luck when he went in the ditch.
Did you talk about anything else?
Yeah, I asked him how much he had to drink.
What did he say?
He said it was New Year's, so he had had a couple.
During the course of your interaction with Mr. Morales, did you conduct an investigation into possible operating while intoxicated?
Yes, I did.
What did you do as part of this investigation?
Part of the investigation involved standardized field sobriety testing as well as just other general questions.
And what field sobriety test did you perform?
The field sobriety tests that were performed were the Horizontal Gaze Nystagmus test, the walk and turn test, and the one leg stand test.
And did you notice anything through these tests?
Through these tests, I observed enough clues which led me to believe Mr. Morales was impaired. I observed 6 clues during HGN out of 6 possible clues. I observed 1 possible clue out of 8 during the walk and turn, and I observed 0 possible clues out of 4 during the one leg stand.
What did you do then?
I asked Mr. Morales if he felt he was safe to be driving, to which he replied, yes. I also asked Mr. Morales how intoxicated he felt he was on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being sober and 10 being the drunkest he ever been, which he replied 1.
What did you do after that?
I asked him if he would submit to a preliminary breath test, to which he replied no, because he said he passed the field sobriety test, so if it came out a little higher, he didn't want to do it.
What happened after that?
I advised him he'd be placed under arrest for OWI.
Okay. On January 1st, 2026, did you have a body camera on?
I did, yes.
Was it functional?
I believe it was, yes.
Prior to today's hearing, have you reviewed the video from your interaction with Mr. Morales on that day, January 1st, 2026?
Yes,
If I showed you that video, would you recognize it?
yes.
Are you asking me to set up the equipment?
Yes, Your Honor.
You took my stapler. Judge Winton was here. And I was gone. Yeah, but you're not plugged in.
I'm still waiting for the video to load. We tried this yesterday and it worked fine, so I don't know what's going on.
Maybe I'm just.
Are you just playing it through or will you be stopping it at very?
I'm just playing it through until the arrest.
I've got it loaded up right here. If you just want to say start and stop.
Yeah. Mr. Chapman appears to have the same video loaded if we just want to play it.
All right. Okay, Mr. Chapman, I will turn it to your computers. and see what we can do. There we go.
Whenever you're ready.
First off, you have to ask, does he recognize the video?
And stop. And do you recognize this video? Is this a fair and accurate description of what happened that day?
Yes.
If you could skip ahead to 30 seconds, please.
"30 seconds in a 3-hour video is kind of hard to be that precise, but there's
I'm gonna
36.
say I like the cooperation.
36, okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Thank you.
Hitting play.
Hit play. Thank you.
I guess I didn't realize that. Thanks for letting me know.
Yeah. What's your name, man?
I'm Antonio.
Okay.
Don't worry. Do you have a driver's license, Antonio?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty. Whew. You're in there pretty good, my man.
Yes, I am.
You okay?
Yep, I'm like five miles away from home.
I gotcha. Where do you stay at, Antonio?
It's like between Webster and Siren.
Oh, okay. Like on County Road D or where at?
It's right off of County Road D.
Okay. Where are you coming from, Antonio?
I'm coming from all the way over in Luck, Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah.
Why are you coming from all the way over there?
Well, that's where it's a long story. My house burnt down.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
I'd rather not explain the whole situation.
No, you don't have to. You don't have
But
to.
yeah, this is where I'm staying right now, and
Okay. That's
yeah.
fine. Okay. How much you had to drink?
it's New Year's, so I've had a couple.
Couple. Okay.
And
All
I'm
right.
being honest. I don't think I deserve a DUI
Okay.
because I'm literally on my way home.
Why don't you think you deserve a DUI? I guess you kind of jumped to that pretty quick. I didn't even say anything other than how much you had to drink.
Woo. The reason why is because
It's all right, man. You're good.
you know what I mean. Whatever. If you gotta do what you gotta do what you gotta do. Like
Okay.
I don't think I deserve a DUI because
Well,
but you got a job to do. So
yes, sir.
whatever.
All right. Can I have you step out of the car, Antonio? My name's Jeff, by the way. I think I said that. I'll try to help you here. It's kind of steep. You need a hand or no? Okay, you got her. Alrighty. Let's hop on the road here.
I was coming back from a friend's house, and
Yeah, that's okay.
It's New
You're
Year's.
good. You can stand right there.
It's New Year's, man, and
Yeah, I understand. A lot of people.
I was coming back from a friend's house.
I understand. A lot of people go out and do stuff on New Year's, man. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay. So you say if you to drink. Do you think you'd be willing to do field sobriety tests?
Yes, Yep.
You would?
Yep.
Okay. Do you have any medical conditions or anything like that?
No, I don't.
No, you don't. Do you take any medications at all?
Nope.
No? Okay. Let me go turn off my red and blue lights.
That's okay.
I just don't want them to mess with your eyes, okay? 517, that'll be 10-6 fields.
10-4, is your subject the RO?
Don't worry, 127 on it. There were any open cases. All right. Sorry, they're talking in my ear. It's hard to concentrate on a couple things at once, you know.
All good, man.
All right. Got a nice car.
Yep.
How long you had that bad boy?
A year.
Year. That's nice. Okay. Before we start, do you got anything in your pockets at all?
You can
Any weapons on you? May I search you?
check me all you
Okay.
want.
I just want to make sure you don't have any weapons. Or who's the buddy you were coming back from? If you don't mind me asking. I mean, it's not a big deal.
I mean, it wasn't too far, but it was like 10 minutes away.
Yeah, I was just asking what their name was, is all.
His name was Anthony.
Anthony? Cool.
Yep.
Is this THC vape? Looks like it.
It might be.
That's okay. Nothing in the back pockets at all?
Check me all you want.
All right, man. You're good. I'm just going to hold on to this for a minute. All right. So for the first test, I'm going to check your eyes. Can I have you stand with your feet together?
Yep.
Heels and toes together, arms down at your side just like this, and don't move until I tell you to. Do you understand that?
Yep.
All right. So like I said, I'm going to check your eyes. I'm going to have you watch the tip of my left finger with your eyes and your eyes only. I do not want you to move your head. Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Watch my finger, okay?
Just make sure you don't move it past the sight of where I can see, because otherwise I'm not going to be able to look that far.
Okay.
I've had it.
Yeah. Just follow it as best you can, okay?
Okay.
All right,
Yep.
we're going to begin. Don't move your head. Don't move your head. You're good. You're doing good. You're doing good. Going, you're doing good. On.
As for then I can see.
Yep, I got you. Keep going. You see that or no?
If I move my head, I could see it.
Okay,
But
here, I'll come back a little bit. Look at my finger.
that's the furthest I can see
Okay.
right there.
You're good. We're gonna do it one more time.
I'm not sure what's going on here. I think I might have tried to go into sleep mode.
Okay. Keep looking, keep looking, keep looking, keep looking. Good. All right. 2 more times in each eye here. Perfect. Perfect. Good. Last one. Good. Now we're gonna go straight up and down 2 times, okay? Keep watching, keep watching, keep watching. Can't see that?
Yeah,
Okay,
I can't
that's fine.
go that high.
All right, I won't go up high. This time.
Still can't. That's the highest I can.
That's
look.
good. All right.
That's the highest.
Perfect. You can relax. Thank you.
Okay.
Antonio, I'm gonna have you take your driver's. Can you put that in your pocket so I don't lose it?
No problem.
All right, Antonio. For this next one, it's called the walk and turn.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're not gonna get schmucked here. All right. So for this one, I want you to place your left foot on an imaginary line out in front of you. So place your left foot on that line.
Okay.
Okay. Now put your right foot in front of your left foot with your right heel touching your left toe, just like I just did. All right. So now put your arms down at your sides and do not move from that position until I tell you to. Do you understand that?
Yep.
All righty. So when I say begin, you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps down this line, and then you're going to turn around, keeping your front foot on the line and taking several small steps with your other foot, returning 9 heel-to-toe steps on the line. So I'm going to demonstrate, okay? So I'm going to start in position just like you are. You're going to go look down 1, 2, 3, until you get to 9, and then with your front foot down, you're going to take a series of small steps to turn around, and then you're going to take 9 heel-to-toe steps back down the line. So 1, 2, 3, and so on until you're done.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. So for this test, it's important you remember to watch your feet at all times.
Yeah.
Keep your arms down at your side and count out loud. Count your steps out loud. Okay? Do you understand that?
Yep.
All right. You may begin.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's my turnaround.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Perfect. Thank you. Alrighty. Alrighty. So for this last one, it's called the one leg stand. Okay. So again, I'm gonna have you stand with your feet together, arms down at your sides.
All right.
Just like that. Perfect. So don't move from that position or start until I tell you to. Do you understand that?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So for this one, when I tell you to, you're going to raise either foot of your choosing approximately 6 inches off the ground, just like this. You're going to look down at your toe and you're going to count out loud 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop.
Okay.
So again, the foot's going to be off the ground approximately 6 inches.
Yeah.
Okay. You got that?
Yeah.
All right. So, yep, just keep counting out loud. So with this one, it's important you keep watching your foot. You keep your arms down at your sides and you count out loud 1001, 1002, 1003, and so on until I tell you to stop.
All right.
Do you understand that?
Yep.
All right. It's a pretty good one. So let me get ready here. If I can find it. All right. Are you ready?
Yep.
You may begin.
1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005, 1006, 1007, 1008, 1009, 1010, 1011, 1012, 1013, 1014, 1015, 1016, 1017, 1018, 1019, 1020, 1021.
You're good. Thank you. All right. So based on those tests and everything else today, do you think you're safe to be driving?
Yes, I do.
You do? Okay.
I literally, it's New Year's. I already had told you I had drinks before I went to bed.
Okay.
And I woke up and I had to get home. And
yeah,
these roads, I wasn't even hitting the brakes or anything. Like
okay.
I did nothing wrong, officer.
Okay.
And
sounds good. Based on
if anything, I need some help to get out of the ditch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Based on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being sober, 10 being the drunkest you've ever been, where do you think you're at on that scale right now?
1.
1. You think you're sober?
Yep.
Okay. Understandable. And you think you're safe to be driving?
Yep.
Gotcha. You're not injured or nothing, are you?
Nope.
No. Would you be willing to do a breath test? PBT?
I'd rather not unless I have to. I feel like I passed the road sobriety test. So if it so happened to come up as a little over, I feel like
Okay. You don't have to take it.
Yeah. I just rather not,
Yeah.
man.
So a preliminary breath test is they can't use it in court.
Yeah.
But you don't want to do it anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah.
It basically just helps me figure out like if I'm right in making the right decision.
Yeah, for sure.
But we're supposed to make an arrest decision before we have you do that.
Right.
Okay. Based on the testing and stuff I saw from you, I believe you're impaired. I don't believe you're super drunk by any means, but I believe you're still drunk. So you're gonna be under arrest for OWI.
Why do you believe I'm impaired?
Your speech, your smell, your eyes, and your driving behavior. You're in the ditch. And then with the tests I did with you.
What did I do wrong on the test?
Your eyes.
My eyes?
Yeah.
Well, that's nothing to do with the test, though.
It's part of the test.
Okay.
Yeah. That's it, man.
All right.
That's it. So, all right, man.
That's at 13 minutes exactly.
So purposes for the record, that video was played from 36 seconds until 13 minutes exactly. No further questions. We will be marking the video to move into evidence, but I imagine Attorney Chapman needs to use it first and foremost.
All right, thank you. Mr. Chapman, questions?
Deputy, how long have you worked for the Burnett County Sheriff's Office?
I've been employed by the Burnett County Sheriff's Department since 2020 as corrections and dispatch, and then in December of 2023, I went to patrol.
So you've been a patrol deputy for at this time roughly 1 year? December of 2023 until, I guess, almost 2 years?
2 years, a little
Okay.
over 2 years.
How many times do you think you had done the field sobriety tests?
Including the academy and other training purposes.
Let's say in the field.
In the field, I would say a dozen, maybe more.
And you said you did the police academy training, and that police academy training involved detection of signs of impairment. Did you do any official training on the field sobriety tests?
Yes.
Were you trained under the National Highway and Transportation Safety Administration guidelines?
I personally can't recall the exact material they used in the academy.
You said that on the walk and turn test, you observed 1 out of 8 clues.
Yes,
Do you recall which clue that was?
it was the improper turn.
And 1 out of 8, is that a pass or a fail under your training?
A 1 out of 8 would be a pass.
And on the one leg stand test, you said you observed 0 out of 4,
Correct.
which is obviously a pass.
Correct.
So the only field sobriety test that you say that Mr. Morales failed is the horizontal gaze nystagmus test,
Yes.
which is what you said on the camera would be because of his eyes, right?
Yes.
Now, in the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, you're looking for specifically 3 clues and whether it applies to each eye, correct?
6 total clues. Yes, 3 in each eye.
And what are those 3 clues that you're looking for in each eye?
In each eye, it would be
Asterisk. And this is where the hearing gets really interesting. At first glance, Morales looks like he did surprisingly well. He passed 2 of the 3 standardized field sobriety tests and calmly questioned the deputy's decision instead of arguing. But in DUI cases, passing most of the physical tests doesn't automatically end the investigation. The prosecution is leaning heavily on the officer's observations and the horizontal gaze nystagmus test, while the defense is about to challenge whether that eye test was administered exactly as officers are trained to do. Here's the question for you. If someone passes most of the tests but fails one that depends on precise police procedure, should that alone justify an arrest?
The lack of smooth pursuit, on nystagmus at maximum deviation, and then onset of nystagmus prior to a 45-degree.
And for each of those tests, you have a specific process that involves you holding your finger or another focus item that you're asking people to look at and moving that in a certain pattern across their eye, correct?
Yes.
And were you trained in your police academy training specifically how to do that stylus motion to look for the nystagmus?
Yes.
Let's start with the first clue you said you were looking for. Which would be lack of smooth pursuit. Can you describe exactly what you do to check for lack of smooth pursuit?
While checking for lack of smooth pursuit in each eye, we go back and forth both times. We go across left and right 2 times each, checking twice essentially. And then we're looking at the eye to see if it's following smoothly, or if it's like lurching across, it's not following smoothly essentially. The finger is approximately 18 inches away from the face, going at a smooth pace across left and right.
You say a smooth pace, left or right. How fast do you move your finger?
At a smooth pace, easily to track. I'm not sure how to answer that.
Well, I am looking at the training materials from the National Highway and Traffic Safety Administration. And I have the document that will be moved into, I'll ask to be marked as Defense Exhibit 1 when I'm done. But can you read, first of all, the portion that I have marked with an X? May I approach, Judge?
Your Honor, I'm going to have to object. Foundation, we don't know which version of the National Highway Institute training he's using. There's numerous
I've provided it to the state in advance. Specifically, I'm looking at page 244 of the document under the clues of the horizontal gaze nystagmus test and the process that should be applied.
If I heard his objection correctly, maybe I did not, that he was objecting because of the foundation as to what Deputy Carroll was instructed or learned under. Is that correct?
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay,
Sustained.
Deputy Carroll, what training were you provided regarding field sobriety testing?
It would be through the Wisconsin DOJ, what Northwood Tech Academy puts together as a curriculum. I believe all their course material is on WileyNet.
Okay, I just had a hard time hearing or understanding what you said. The other course materials on what net?
WileyNet, it's WILE.net, I believe.
Okay, thank you.